It is Monday, February 28th of 2022. And you are listening to the last episode of February, obviously. One Guy's Daily Drive. Not that that has any significance at all. Bam. And welcome everyone to Guy's Daily Drive. Woo! Last Guy's Daily Drive of February. Yeah, boy, that's something worth talking about for 15 minutes or so. Not really. So I'm not going to. But the year is already like 1/6 over. Already done. And either today, I can't remember, either today or next Monday will be the first day that people start coming back into the office. I think. Unless they change it again. I don't know. They have a tendency to do that. But people back in the office. So I'll finally have some company. I'm actually looking forward to it. You know, sitting in an empty office all day is like maddening. It's very frustrating. I need people to kind of bounce stuff off of, and with the way it's been for the last 2 years, that just hasn't been happening. But something else to talk about today is cars. I talked about Ukraine on Friday, and not much more I can say about it. Putin is a jerk. Russia will likely regret in the long run what it is they're doing, and no one will look kindly onto Putin as being anything other than the dictator that he's been when he's gone. And that can't happen soon enough. But I'm not gonna waste any more breath on him on this show. It's not worth it. But go Ukraine. People everywhere need to do whatever they can, whatever is legally allowed, to help the Ukrainians. But what I want to talk about today, it's weird, is a Kia dealership that I'm passing by, because I'm going to talk about cars today. And they had three, not one, but three very, very bright red Kia Souls, which kind of makes me laugh, because it's not a big dealership. It's a relatively small dealership, and to have that many Souls of one color and not that many of other colors is pretty astounding. Trying to get her out of bus. Sorry about that. So I kind of told you about the problems that I had with a snowstorm that happened a couple of weeks ago, where I got stuck in this car at the bottom of the hill. And I don't, boy, I don't like that. I don't like getting stuck like that. So I've had this car for 4 years now, close to 4 years, and it's been a great car, and I love this little car. But I kind of got stuck, and I need something probably a little bit bigger with all-wheel drive. And so I'm starting to look around at some of my choices. And unfortunately, this is kind of a terrible, terrible time to get a car, whether new or used, especially used. Used cars are like going for ridiculous prices right now. Okay. So what do? Chances are I'm not going to do anything. Chances are I'll stick with this car, especially now that the weather is starting to get better. And I don't have to worry that much about snow and all the rest. Not that it couldn't happen again, it certainly could. But it's much less likely to in March and April than in January and February. But what I'm kind of looking at, you know, I do have some criteria. All-wheel drive, which means it's likely going to be an SUV or an SUV-like product. I have to be able to fit in it, which that should probably be like the number one criteria, because I have special needs when it comes to that, being 6'5", 6'6". I don't fit in everything. So being able to fit in a car is a pretty big priority, especially if you're going to drive in it for long periods of time, as I at least used to do a couple of times a year. Haven't gone to see Dave in Ohio in quite some time. Haven't gone down to Florida. Haven't done a lot of things. But hopefully those days are opening up again. We'll see what happens. See what happens, especially with gas. I don't want a hybrid, and I don't want an electric car. So I still don't think they're really ready for prime time, and I have concerns about the longevity of battery-powered cars. Because I think the battery technology is just so wasteful. And that's not to say that internal combustion cars aren't also wasteful. But everything is relative. And with an internal combustion car, I can go 200 to 300 miles. Fill it up with gas in 10 minutes, and then go another 200 or 300 miles. Where you can't really do that with an electric car. You're kind of stuck to 200 to 300 miles, and then minimum of probably 45 minutes to an hour to do a quick charge, and even a quick charge isn't going to get you another 200 to 300 miles, not to mention the wear and tear that it's going to do on the battery. On the batteries. So I don't want electric. Maybe hybrid, though that doesn't exactly fill me with glee either. I think the next car will still be gasoline powered. So all-wheel drive, I got to be able to fit in it. Likely to be gasoline powered and reliable. And unfortunately, that last bit is what's going to drop a lot of American cars. Which is sad, because I would prefer to buy an American car. Other than this car, Kia, which obviously is a Korean-made vehicle. All I've had are American cars for a very long time. Mostly Fords. But when I went to trade in my Ford Flex, there wasn't anything that Ford offered that kind of fit my needs at the time that was also affordable. This car was very affordable. That's kind of why I chose it. So all-wheel drive, likely an SUV. I got to be able to fit in it. No batteries. So what am I looking at? Could do a Ford Escape. You know, I mean, I don't want a great big car. So I don't want an Explorer. I don't want like a Yukon. I don't want like the bigger foreign-made SUVs. Ford Escape, Hyundai Tucson, Kia Sportage, Mitsubishi Outlander. I'm sure that General Motors makes. Come on, everybody, stop! I'm sure General Motors makes a small SUV that might fit the bill. I haven't owned a GM car in a very, very long time for reasons. And Chrysler doesn't really make anything that fits the bill. So those are kind of my choices. So if you watch this or you listen to it, hi Sandra, if you watch this or listen to it, give me some suggestions. And remember the criteria. It's going to be all-wheel drive, probably an SUV, reasonably affordable, no batteries, no hybrids. I do want decent gas mileage and something with a good track record. That's where I'm at. So you can send those suggestions to or via email. God, I cannot speak this morning. Podcasts@vertshark.com or guy@mymac.com. You can send me those suggestions via the Twitter. And I have 2 Twitter accounts, Mac Parrot or Vert Shark. Don't forget the vertshark.com website with all the odds and the vids. I just posted a whole ton of stuff over there. The last 2 Guy's Daily Drives, both in audio and video form, and the last video form of the mymac.com podcast. I can't remember if I've done the audio version of that or not. Though if you want the audio version with the after show, and it was quite long and quite funny this week because we did our 600th show. Gaz and I, our 600th show together. Someone just said something to me and I can't quite read it. I will read it when I stop, whoever you are. Mystery person who just sent me a long text message. Thank you, though. What else? Vert Shark over at the YouTubes. And of course, I do the mymac.com podcast with Gaz almost every single week. And as I said, we just did our 600th show. Yo! And what else? Oh, I'm sure there's... Oh, if you want to help support me, patreon.com/MacParrot, coffee, ko-fi.com/MacParrot, or PayPal at paypal.me/MacParrot. So Patreon, Coffee, or PayPal. Those are all the different ways you can help support not just Guy's Daily Drive, but all the other things that I do in relation to podcasting, both audio and video. And, you know, honestly, I don't get really anything currently, and it doesn't matter. I can afford to keep doing it if I want, and I do. So thank you all so very, very much for joining me today on Guy's Daily Drive. I'll be doing another one on Friday, and I would love it if you could come and join me live. That would be so much fun. And until then, I will see all of you next time right here on Guy's Daily Drive. Bye-bye.
Okay.